on YouTube, you watch one really good video, and then it just links to another video, and go on Netflix, you watch a show, and it links to another show, and then we sit there, and then 30 minutes turns into 3 hours, and then we lost the day, and we're trying to figure out where it went. We have to create that level of self-discipline. And Brian Tracy says self-discipline is you doing something when you don't desire to do it. That's when you don't want to do a habit and when you don't want to do a routine, that's when the discipline has to kick in. Because that's how I felt 2 days ago, Derek. I was just going through the motions. I was like, man, I don't really feel like doing this, don't feel like doing this. I was still marking the stuff off my checklist, but at the same time, I didn't want to do it, but I knew it needed to get done. Because if I don't do what I'm meant to do and what I'm called to do, then there's going to be hundreds of thousands of millions of people out there who end up suffering because I'm not operating in purpose. But if my purpose is to inspire somebody out there and I'm operating in my purpose, then they can operate in their purpose. Of course, God working through me, not me doing this on my own, but God working through me and then touching the people, and then the people doing what they've been called to do and what they've been purposed to do, and then they'll equip millions of hundreds of thousands of billions, however many that God calls them to inspire. That's what it's all about. That's what happens when we don't do our habits. That's what happens when we don't operate in our routine. We're making other people suffer because there's a child out there who is like, I want this person to mentor me. I want that person to mentor me. And then when somebody says, nah, I'm too busy, bro, what are you doing? Why? How are you too busy to serve somebody else? You're where you're at because somebody took the time to pour into you. So understanding that, man, that's why when people reach out to me, Derek, and people want to chat, I send them a link, we lock up, we take time and chat, because I don't want to be the person to tell somebody no. And then next thing you know, they weren't able to do what they had to do because I didn't operate in my space and I didn't operate in service.